Hey, who asked that question? Do you really think Kevin Holland can get better at wrestling in a couple months? It was you, huh?
Maybe.
Yeah, I know that voice.
Well, summer school's over, right? I mean, I guess how does it feel now to be back on Fight Week again?
I mean, I'm out of summer school, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to college, baby.
Well, tell me, I mean, how much progress has been made in this time?
I don't know. Johnny Hendricks is not here. I quit working with Mindset Mike kind of close to the end just because I had to stay close to the city. Suge's over there. You can ask Suge what he thinks. But me personally, I thought I was good at wrestling before I got out-wrestled by Brunson and Vettori. So hopefully it got better.
Does it feel like it was the right decision to make to invest this time back in yourself? I mean, obviously you had to forego some fights, some paychecks, and that sort of thing. But does this feel like it was a good decision?
I mean, at the end of the day, Dana White told me to go fix some things. So, I mean, if the boss tells you to do something, you do what the boss tells you to do if you want to keep collecting a check, right? So, I mean, I know they're all going to say I kissed them booty cheeks after this and on the interviews and stuff like that, but I really don't care. I do what I'm supposed to do so I can continue to get paid. That way I don't have to be like Luke Rockhold, retiring and then coming back because I'm broke as a fuck. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Wow, just taking shots right there.
At everybody. You know?
I'm curious, did you learn to love wrestling at all during this time, or do you still just like absolutely hate it and you just did it because you had to?
You know what? I don't absolutely hate it. I don't absolutely love it, but it's absolutely necessary. So, you know, if that means doing it 3 to 4 or 5 times a week, we'll do what we got to do. You know, and if it means continuously doing it 3 to 4 or 5 times a week, we'll do what we got to do. It's only an hour and some change out of the day that I got to work on the wrestling and then the MMA, and then I get to go back in my garage and hit mitts with Suge and lift weights like a boss. So I feel good, you know?
That's good. Is this partnership that you have with Johnny Hendricks, is this something that you're going to maintain moving forward?
I mean, as long as I stay in Texas, I'm pretty sure, yeah, I'll keep that relationship. I mean, Johnny's pretty goated when it comes to wrestling, you know. You know, he took GSP to a heck of a fight. So, you know, yeah, the guy knows how to wrestle. The guy understands MMA. So, yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't see that relationship stopping no time soon. He still hasn't called me yet. So, I mean, if you guys remember that interview from Houston, Johnny does a horrible job of calling me.
Has your style changed at all? I mean, obviously you're working on this tactics, but does that change anything in terms of how you walk in there on fight night?
I mean, it changes the way I fight, right? I mean, I have to change up a few things on the way I fight so that way I can help avoid a few takedowns and so on and so forth, right? Stepping in a certain way, hitting angles a certain way, footwork a certain way. I mean, a few things just had to grow, you know? But, I mean, you guys seen what happened last time I had some time off. You know, I came back, went on a hell of a skid in 6 months, if you really want to get technical here, because it wasn't a full year that I got those 5 fights. So, I mean, yeah. I mean, we go back, we go to the drawing board, we put some new armor on, build the armor up, and then come back and fuck shit up. You know, that's the goal.
What'd you think about the matchup when they gave it to you? Because it's not a guy that's known necessarily for his striking. You know, were you hoping like, couldn't you put me up against somebody that we can go stand and bang?
No, I mean, what is Kyle Daukaus known for?
Grappling, I think. Well,
you think? I mean, I don't know. I mean, Kyle Daukaus is known for being a mixed martial artist. He does a pretty good job of mixing it up. He's a very tough competitor. I know a lot of people are like, well, he doesn't have a number next to his name. Well, shit, obviously I wasn't ready for the people with the number next to their name. So you take a step back, right? I think Kyle Daukaus is a wonderful fight for me to come back to. I don't think he has the same fast twitch muscles as Chris does. And maybe Chris has those fast twitch muscles because he's a heavyweight and he just looks amazingly fast at heavyweight. But, yeah, I mean, Kyle's not Chris, you know what I mean? And you could tell when he was sitting up here doing the interview earlier when you guys were talking to him, he doesn't feel like he is Chris, you know? They're proud of what Chris is doing, and Kyle's just happy to be along for the ride. I will take him along for the ride. I think Kyle is a fantastic man. I think he's a fantastic human being, and I think he's a decent fighter. But notice I didn't say fascinating or whatever you want to call it when it comes to fighting. That's me.
So obviously you watched the interview earlier. Are you just like, is it like to scout to get whatever last little bit of intel you can get, or were you just bored in your room and nothing to do?
Like he said, he'd be down to win this fight boring as hell for 3 rounds. That means he's planning on going in here and seeing how good his wrestling is and practicing that against me. I'm the better athlete. So I'm a real athlete. I can learn anything in 6 months, you know, even wrestling.
I dig it. Last thing for me, what is the ideal result here for you, man? Is it, you know, go in there and throw one punch and get a quick knockout and walk out of there, or is it maybe get your wrestling tested a little bit, maybe show people? I mean, do you feel like you want to go in there and show a little bit of that wrestling?
Nah, my goal is to take whatever the offense gives me. You know what I mean? It's like I almost didn't get here, guys. You know what I mean? It's like I almost didn't even make it to the fight. You know, it's like you see how hard it's been to get the visa, right? It's like I've been in hendrickstan the whole time. You know what I mean? Wrestling my butt off. I'm coming to fight. I'm not coming to wrestle. But if the guy wants to wrestle, I'm going to show him what hendrickstan was all about. I'm glad I got my visa. I'm glad I'm here, baby.
Actually, I wanted to ask you about hendrickstan. You know, I have never been there. I've never vacated in that lovely part of the world. If you were a guy selling me a vacation, can you tell me about hendrickstan and what it has to offer me?
Unless you like only men's OnlyFans or gay porn, don't come. Okay? Because it's a whole lot of just sensual grappling going on. You know what I mean? But, I mean, it's good for you.
Just give me a second. I'll book my ticket now.
Let's go, bucko.
Do you think because of your last couple of performances, you can almost predict what every opponent you face now is going to do? They're going to come in there and probably try and wrestle you, right? Does that make it easier for you when you think about, what are they going to do, you know?
I mean, how dumb am I not to realize that every opponent before Derek and fucking Marvin were wrestling too? You know what I mean? I just, like I said, I thought I was good at it. We know what everybody's going to try and do. I mean, Derek feels like he put out the game plan, but I kind of feel like Darren Stewart put out the game plan. I kind of feel like, Brandon Allen, when he got my back and choked me, put out the game plan. I mean, the list can go on and on. I got 7 losses. I mean, last time I was up here, I was calling Israel Sanya a true loser. I guess I am one too. But it's okay, right? Because I fix my holes and I come back like a fucking animal. So, yeah, I mean, I hope he does shoot. I really, really hope he shoots. I hope he shoots a double leg. I hope he doesn't do, I ain't even going to tell y'all what takedown I've been getting hit with. But I hope
he might be watching
this
as well.
Yeah, right?
With a win over Carl, where do you want to go? Like, have you got any names in mind? After he lost to Brunson, everyone was thinking Darren Till versus you. That might be a fun one.
You know what? I'm not saying I don't want to fight at 85 anymore, but I would really, really like to do that test cut at 170 pounds. I lifted weights like no other getting ready for this fight. Do I feel stronger? I feel way stronger. Did I put on any weight? Fuck no. So I have to talk to a nutritionist and I have to figure out either A, what I have to do to get up to about 203, where I'll feel real comfortable at. I was there for when I got married that one time, but remind you, I am divorced, ladies, so don't go crazy. Or I got to figure out a way to keep my weight at what it is now, which is 195 pounds to 192 pounds, and then show up at fight week at about 190, drop a couple pounds throughout the week, and then hit 170. So I just have to figure it out, The future holds with whatever the UFC wants me to do. If they want me to go down and put some funk down there in that division, I'll do that. If they want me to stay up at middleweight and keep this middleweight class great, I'll do that. It's whatever they want me to do, But the thing about it is I'm down for it all, baby.
Sorry to hear about the divorce, man.
I mean, I've been divorced. I was just bringing it up now because they still think I'm married. I got this damn tattoo on my finger.
Also, if you go down to 170, you can get that Hamzat fight.
Yeah, 170 hazmat fight. Everybody thinks I'll lose to him. So, I mean, my coaches could throw some money on me and we could make the money on the back end.
Good stuff.
Would you ever go up and down, or would you have to stick in one of the divisions? Like if you made the decision and started cutting to do 170, is it all 170, or would you take something back up at middleweight?
No, of course I would come back for rematches, and of course I'd come back for, the big one. But, it's like if they need me at 85, of course I would do it. Like I said, I'm a company man. But if I was to do 170 pounds, I would still walk around at what I'm walking around now. So it wouldn't be super hard to do 85. I mean, I know what these guys have. I know what these guys can do. The best thing they can do is lay on top of me for the whole time. So as long as I can stop that, I mean, it doesn't really matter if I'm at 70 or 85. They all fold when they hit the right hand.
And I know to do what you guys do, it takes confidence through the roof. And you said, you thought you could take those guys that were at the low rank, the big rank. Was that a shock to the confidence, or is it still there? Is it still simmering underneath the surface?
No, it wasn't a shock to my confidence. Just a reality check. Like, look, bro, you're good. You're really, really good. I mean, look what happened to Shabazian when he fought Till. I mean, when he fought Brunson, right? Look what happened to Till when Till fought Brunson. You know what I mean? Let's go all the way back to Ian Heinrich. Ian Heinrich got whooped on too, right? I mean, the one ring card guy, he got whooped on too. They all pretty much got finished. I didn't get finished. I didn't get nowhere near finished. You know what I mean? He was asking me for advice on that head and arm choke after the fight was over with. So it's like, I mean, these guys can say whatever they want to say. We can drop 1,000 memes all we want to, and people online can go crazy. But the proof is in the pudding. Your boy Kev really don't get finished, and I'm really not having that hard of a time at 85. They're big, they're strong, but, I mean, those boys are dog tired by the time that 5th round comes around. So, I mean, yeah, like I said, I learn a few takedown defense. I can go either way. I can stay here, I can go down. It doesn't really matter, but, yeah, confidence being shaken, Nah, not one bit at all. Not from those guys. You know what I mean? Not those two guys couldn't shake my confidence at all. Only person that can shake my confidence is the boss. You know what I mean? If the boss was like, yo, fuck you, kid, we don't want you no more, that might shake my confidence a little bit. You know what I mean? Then I'll try to sit down and talk to the team and figure out what's going to happen after that. But nah, my confidence is definitely not going to be shaken over a blonde black guy and a freaking Italian who does steroids for lunch. No, not at all.
I know me and the boys here were definitely talking about the possibility of going down to the welterweight. And I know you said if the UFC asked for it, and I know you're humoring the idea in your head, but do you see how this fight goes, or when do you make that decision? If the UFC doesn't come to you and say, hey, we want you to go to 170, do you at some point in the near future just say, guys, let's just try it?
Yeah, I plan on doing a test cut after this fight. I know last time I talked to you guys, I said I win this fight and I go back to being a complete asshole. And I still go back to being a complete asshole. But maybe I just don't go fight again in a month or 2 months. You know what I mean? Maybe I take a couple weeks off, like I said, go on a vacation with a couple friends, and then I come back, and then I put in some work. I got a jiu-jitsu match coming up at the end of the month, so I'll do the jiu-jitsu match, and then maybe I'll just keep the diet going after that, and see how long it takes to hit 170 pounds, how it feels to hit 170 pounds, and how I feel the next day. It's like I haven't been 170 pounds since I was like 22, so it's been a while. I'm 28 years old now, but I think I can do it now more than I could before. I think before I was doing it wrong for multiple years, and that messed my body up. I think my body has gotten back right, and I think I can do whatever the hell I want to do these days. I think I'm a lot more mentally tough, and I think I'm a better adult.
And I'm sure once you get into that division, you're always going to have your eyeballs at the guys at the top of the division. But has there been anybody at the welterweight division that you've just been like, man, I would love to test myself with this guy? Not something that you have any animosity, but there's just somebody with the skills that you're like, man, I think me and him, we'd have a good fight.
I think Luke is a really, really good fighter at 170 pounds just because he's a complete animal. I think Michael Chiesa would be a good fighter at 170 pounds because I think last time I seen him when he was in Houston, I feel like he sized me up and down, which was kind of fucking weirdo. Probably rape that guy. I mean, whoever, you know what I mean? It's like, I don't want to go to 170 pounds and fight a guy like Sean Brady off the rip or undefeated at welterweight, you know what I mean? Unless it was Chimaev, that's a big name. But yeah, I mean, if I go to 170 pounds, I want the easiest guy possible, you know what I mean? If I stay at 185 pounds and they say all I fight is cans, that's the only people I can beat, well then keep giving me cans. I like the double check. I'm trying to be like Brunson, Mr. 2 checks all the way. I might dye my hair blonde tomorrow, who knows?
And last for me, do you feel like you get that when you bump into other fighters? Do you feel fighters are sizing you up all the time now? And if so, why do you think that happens?
I think Chiesa tried it. I don't think too many other people try it. Honestly, a lot of the other fighters, they see me, especially if they're in my weight class, they see me and they look the opposite way. You know what I mean? Like, I know this is mixed martial arts. I know we get paid to fight and all this shit, but they know at the end of the day, I will slap the dog shit out of you. So they don't look at me like they crazy. Nah, a lot of them don't size me up. Even when Chiesa did it, he knew I had this chick with me, so he was kind of like doing it on the side, like almost like he was looking at her, but he was looking at me because I'm fine as fuck. You know how it goes. Boy, I love making y'all laugh. This shit's great.
Kevin, thanks for taking it. You mentioned mental toughness.
Mm-hmm.
JC once said, don't run from the pain, run towards it. Was it kind of therapy for you, just poke fun at the wrestling thing, going on heavy on the memes, the social media, the way you had fun with it?
I mean, at the end of the day, like, I got to keep the people entertained, you know what I'm saying? So I was going to be gone for a while, and I knew that. Like, I had talked to the company, and I was supposed to be gone for a while after the Brunson fight, but then I stepped up for the Vettori fight, so I knew I was going to be gone for a second. So, I mean, memes, man. Memes is great, you know what I'm saying? So I just drop memes left and right, keep the people entertained, have a good time. Yeah, like, people were saying, like, I had the 8 Mile persona, like, you know what I mean? Talk about yourself so they can't talk about you. Nah, I mean, that's not the case at all. It's just if I seen a really good meme, I was going to drop that thing. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yeah, that's a good meme. I'm going to drop it. And whoever keeps reporting me on Instagram, bro, chill out. Report my Facebook. Stop reporting my Instagram, bro. You're going to get me blocked. I don't need that.
Excellent. And lastly, you're coming in from those 2 main events on the poster.
Yeah.
Does it feel a little better to just have a 3-rounder?
No. After the Brunson fight, I realized I can do 5. So I'm really low-key down to do 5. Like, I was already thinking, like, if anything happened between Thiago and Johnny Walker and they told me, like, I had to main event the card, it got to be 5 rounds. So if Kyle can't do 5, his brother can get in there for the last 2. I really don't give a fuck.
Excellent. Thank you, sir. And nice patent leather J's there.
Thank you, man. Them the Jubilees.
I was going to say, those are pretty sweet. And I got an internet's asking what kind of shoes you're going to buy with your win bonus.
Oh, shoot, dude. I got 2 of the lots right now, the Virgil shoes that they just came out with. So I'll probably buy 2 more lots. I'll probably buy me whatever exclusive Nike SBs coming out. And then, of course, baby, you know me, I'm gonna buy a couple more J's. And then I was talking to my boy from Power the other day, and he said that he's been buying a lot more designer. So I'll probably go give me like 2 pairs of Balenciagas just so I can be cool like everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I have no idea what any of those are. But
What?
was it cool that Dana White used you as an example of someone making lots of money?
I mean, yeah. I mean, it was cool until all my family started hitting me up like, yo, bro, let me get a couple dollars. Nah. It was really cool. But the thing about it is like, it's the truth. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people get in this position that they in right now, like fighting on TV, being on the biggest promotion in the world, and they think like, okay, I'm good, right? Like, I should be set, right? I mean, you gotta be more active, right? You have to be more active so you can get this money, right? Because the money is a lot. You need that money so you can take care of businesses and other stuff like that, right? Family and so on and so forth. But it's like, people go, oh, well, people in the NFL make this much money. People in the NBA make this much money. I mean, the bench warmers don't make that much money. WNBA makes shit money. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, at the end of the day, you guys are fighting twice a year, once a year, and y'all mad because you only made like $30,000, $40,000 that year. Bruh, you made $30,000 to $40,000 off one fight. If you fought twice, you made $80,000. That's still more than what the person over here working every day is making. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got family that's in the electrical field. You know what I'm saying? Electrical field is a tough field. It's a good field. You know, these guys are making $80 an hour. You know what I mean? $25 an hour. They're making pretty good money as fighters. You fight 3 times a year. That's 3 times. That's 3 different seasons. Isn't there 4 seasons in a year? You get a whole season off. You still can make more than what somebody who has a big time trait can make. You get what I'm saying? And for all these fighters that's going around complaining about they ain't making no money, think about your fucking coaches. You know, if your bum ass is only fighting 1 time a year, your coach ain't making no money. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I mean, I like that he used me as an example. It sucks that people was hitting me up asking for money, but at the same time, it's like, you got to be more active, and I really feel like that. And I feel like some of the people who was around back in the day who didn't get the paydays that we're getting now, the paydays they're getting better over time. So it's kind of hard to complain about that. And then, like he says, it's a business, bro. Like, you know, everybody has to get paid. You know, from the people that's working over there right now to the person that's sitting here right now. They say that we make the show, but shit, if we don't got none of them, the show ain't gonna be here. So if you don't like it, go to boxing. And I put a post up, say half y'all motherfuckers can't box. So you know what it is. And I can't wrestle, but you don't make that much money doing wrestling, so it don't really fucking matter.
So you look at it like, it's almost like dollars to minutes, right? The minutes you do this, the dollars you make versus like a basketball season and so on and so forth.
Exactly. I mean, like, you got to put in the time. If you're not putting in the time, people are like, well, I'm at the gym. Well, go do some jiu-jitsu competitions. Go do some seminars. Go find another way to get paid. Do some personals, so on and so forth. Bro, you fight. It takes a couple hours of the day to train. You know what I'm saying? It only takes a little while to go fight. You got plenty of the time to go do 1,000 other things. You know what I'm saying? Just, you got to be a little smarter. You can't complain and cry about everything. I just don't like people who bitch and moan all the time. You know what I mean? And I think that's why I go off on Luke the way I go off on Luke, is because it's like, man, you pretty, bro. Go model. Go do an OnlyFans. Go do whatever you got to do to get paid. But don't cry about this fighting shit if you ain't about this fighting shit. Period. You know? Because I fight for free. But I still want my check. We good? All right, y'all. It was fun, man. Hey, you got to ask me more than 2 questions next time. I think that's the second time you did that 2-question thing. And then you didn't ask me no questions at all. I'm firing you and you.